for the Rant Wheel. Here's how it works. Here's how it works. We spin the wheel wherever it lands. We talk about the topic. This week on the wheel, we have the fake Warren Buffett Twitter, Kim Kardashian discovering the podcast Serial. We have Serena Williams' catsuit, those electric scooters that are everywhere, people whose phones are not set to silent 24/7, Democrats bringing knives to gunfights, sharp objects, and Louis C.K. Let's spin the wheel. It has landed on Democrats bringing knives to gunfights, suggested by Cristobal.
That's right. Here's the thing. I feel like, and this happened in 2017 in Virginia's governor's race, old school Democratic operatives, consultants, old school establishment folks worry too much about what the other side is going to do if we run ads that are hard-hitting or we push back aggressively. We need to stop worrying about what the other side thinks about what we're doing and focus our message on our people and turn out our people. And the other part of this is, I've been traveling quite a bit lately, and everywhere I go, people ask, is this a Hillary candidate or a Bernie candidate? Who the fuck cares? That's the past. Let's look forward, turn out our voters, and let's win in November.
Yeah. I'm on board. Winning in November. Let's do it. It has landed on sharp objects, which was suggested by Tawny.
Yes. Has the audience seen it? I'm not going to spoil anything.
Yes.
I recommend everyone see it. I think it's so good, and I want to talk about people that think that it's slow or think that it's meandering. I read some reviews that were just like, it's good, but, and I'm like, what are you talking about? The ending and the content of it, you want to run quickly towards that? You want to go directly at that? No, we need to meander because it's so heavy. I'm also really here for the fact that normally if I like turn on a show and I don't see any black people within like the first 2 episodes, I'm just like, I don't need to watch this. But the fact that it's like all, like, it's like assertively white. It's not like aggressively white, right? It's not like a Entourage or something. It's like assertively white. It's just like, you will feel our white presence, but it's not like oppressive in any way. But the fact that like I know so many black people who are into it because we're here for like gowns, like that cotillion scene. That should have been scary. That like Daughters of the American Revolution, whatever the fuck that was, where they're all just like flitzing around, remembering the Civil War, but everyone's in like a beautiful gown. So many black people are like, oh my God, Elizabeth Perkins' dress in that scene, right? We're here for the drinking. We're here for the excessive drinking. We're here for Chris Messina because he's the black person of that show, basically. So the fact that it has, he really is, the fact that it has won over people of color in a way, I'm just like, this show has figured it out. It's scary, it's creepy as hell, and I don't want to go fast. It should meander. It's got to take its time to get to the horrifying, shocking ending that I will not tell you, but everyone should go watch it.
Let's spin it again. Look who's talking. So, it has landed on Louis C.K., which was suggested by Dana.
Oh my God, guys, how did we let this happen? Me Too movement is this really powerful and amazing thing, and women and men are finally becoming empowered to be able to stand up and speak about things that have happened to them. But we will lose all of that if we just collectively, whether it's through apathy or whether it's through disagreement, just say that, okay, well, the proper like punishment for this is a 9-month timeout, and then you can just come back like business as usual. I have jars of almond butter in my fridge that have been there for longer than Louis C.K. stopped doing comedy. And I know it's a really difficult conversation to have of like, how do we move forward from this? Because there is no answer, and no two people are going to agree. People are going to, either be comfortable with him back on stage or want him, alone in Antarctica forever. But just because it's a hard conversation to have, doesn't mean it's one that we're just completely ignore and let him get back to business as usual. Because in any other field, if someone repeatedly went up to female coworkers and was like, hi, can I masturbate in front of you? Just habitually for 20 years, in no other field would we let him come back after 10 months. Like, a lawyer would be disbarred, and like, a manager at California Pizza Kitchen would no longer be a manager at California Pizza Kitchen. It's just because comedy as a whole has no HR department that means the responsibility is on all of us collectively to not be quiet about this.
I just want to imagine a California Pizza Kitchen manager going back after 10 months and just clients of that CBK being like, he's fucking back. He's back, baby. The guy that jerked off in front of people is back at this CPK, and it's about fucking time.
What? So he can never ladle marinara again? What? Never? How's he gonna feed his family?
Can't bring me a Monterey dip?
We both pitched this for the Rant Wheel.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
we wanted to talk about
secretly,
this.
I was like glad that you did it because I was like, I'm still trying to have a career in comedy, and this man's about to be like on top, deciding who does and doesn't get jobs in like 10 seconds. You know?
That's comforting.
So it's, I mean, he truly is, and it's like I feel like I don't believe he can never come back. I feel like we have to figure out how long it is. It certainly isn't right now. Also, you can't just come back showing your sweaty face in a black t-shirt just on stage, not talking about the shit. Like, you need to come back in a real incognito kind of quiet way.
Or at least have the decency to do like a Barbara Walters interview and like pretend to be really sad.
Yeah, like tell us what
have
you've
that
learned,
decency.
do a mea culpa, be like, I went on a retreat, I found God, whatever. But like, do anything else. Write a book, do something quiet, like fund some women's projects that you like to work with. Drop a mixtape, become an indie trap art, do like a Chris Gaines, Garth Brooks thing. Like, I don't care. And then like, we don't know it's you. And then in like 2 years after you've like showed all the progress you've made, suddenly be like, haha, that was me. And we're like, what indie trap house artist gesticulate is Louis C.K.? What? Like, there's so much shit he could do slowly. And I do think people should be able to come back in certain circumstances, but it's just like, not right now, dude. Just give us a minute. And if you are gonna come back in full force right now, surround yourself with women like me and women like Dana who are still fucking so angry at you, because at least we'll keep you from fucking up again.
It has landed on Kim Kardashian discovering cereal.
This is so sweet. I thought it was sweet.
I want to make a point. And the point is this. The iTunes charts are a discovery tool. All right? That means when you launch, they kind of boost new stuff. Love It or Leave It was once a new show. And I watched it climb the charts. 10, 8, 3, 2, no, not 1. It never reached number 1 because of a show and the people who brought you cereal called S-Town. And S-Town was phenomenal. Love It or Leave It never got to be number 1 on the charts. And now Kim Kardashian is discovering cereal. She's probably enjoying it. It's a wonderful, engaging, deeply reported, important piece of journalism. Move podcasting forward. Let's spin it again. It has landed on the electric scooters that are everywhere. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, guys, twist. They're fucking great.
Wait a minute. I saw people who said boo now clapping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you want to see a sheep ride a scooter? Those scooters are great. All right? Yes, they are. And I'll tell you why. I've been reading for years blogs about transportation, about the last mile problem. Remember Segways? Segways are going to solve the last mile problem. You're going to buy a weird tricycle with 2 wheels, balance using gyroscopes. Well, no, it didn't take off because they were $7,000 and you look like a dweeb, and now they're for the cops that drew the short straw. No, it turned out it was going to be the electric scooters, and they're great. And I owned an electric scooter when I lived in the District of Columbia because at first I had a bike, but when you bike in DC in a suit, you end up disgusting. Then I got an electric bicycle that had a little motor on it But then I locked it at 17th and L, but thought I locked it at 16th and M, and then I thought it was stolen. And then 4 months later, I happened to be at 16th and L. I was like, oh, it's my fucking bike. It wasn't stolen. It was right here the whole time. But by then it had snowed and rained, it snowed and time had passed. It was just a rusted old hunk. So, in the interim, I bought an electric scooter. And it was great. And I like to believe that a Jewish gay liberal in a Darwin t-shirt riding through the gates of the White House on an electric scooter he bought on Amazon to write speeches about don't ask, don't tell, and universal health care was a rebuke to somebody. And I believed in that electric scooter, and I was made fun of by some people you know. Your John Favreau's. Your Tommy's Vitor. But I said I believe in this technology. And now, lo, these many years later, I am vindicated. The scooters are good. Praise be to the scooters.
Scooters, hear our prayer.
End of rant.